In this video, I'm going to be doing an unboxing of all of my published books from lulu.com. I chose Lulu as a self-published author because they have a nice hardback option for your children's books and picture books, and so that's what I'm going to be doing in this video. Now, if you look at this box, it's a little bit dented, it's a little bit worn, but this is how the books came. This is the box it came in. As you can see, the tape is a little bit worn already without opening it, and so that's what you're going to get. I've gotten books from lulu.com before, and this is normal for their packaging. So we're going to go ahead and open this. I really don't need a knife. I can just kind of use my fingers. If you'll notice, this is kind of how easy it is to open the package. Just one hand. Go ahead and move that out the way. Now, the first thing you'll notice is there's a plastic covering around the books so that it's protecting them, but you can see the brightness and the color of the picture book, children's picture book. This is my book, Sometimes the Beach. As you'll notice, there is plastic wrap to protect the books. However, it's not fully covering the books. It is just holding them in place. Okay, so I'll go ahead and move this out the way. So this is my first book, Sometimes the Beach. It does have a an ISBN on the back. All of my books do because they are for sale. So let's go ahead and open this up and look at the pages. One thing I'm always concerned about is the edges of the pages, and make sure there's no white on those edges. Okay, you can check those options when you are creating your book. However, sometimes I have had issues in the past with them printing with white on the edges before. So check that. You can see the colorful pages. They're very nice. So Lulu does do a great job there. In order to check to make sure that you don't have any white on the edges, you can just look. This is how I do it. I'll open the book. And I spread them like this. And you can see there's color there all the way up and down. If you have a children's book or photo book, then that makes sure it's not white or zigzag, then you have a good copy. So this looks like a very nice copy of the book, Sometimes the Beach. Okay. And so here's another copy of Sometimes the Beach. Again, I always check to make sure there's no white on the edges. You see that up top, what I'm talking about? I usually don't like that. See that little white edge? Okay. Let's see if the other book has that problem. Let's go to a colorful page. See how it goes? It's there's no white on that edge. Let's make sure. Is there? I don't know. But that's just me as an artist being picky. You want the best quality prints of your books. So usually if there's white, I try to return and get a copy that doesn't have that, has a full bleed all the way on the pages, but looks kind of nice. But you don't want white on the top of those edges. Anyway, here's the book. Again, nice colorful pages. Let's see, is that an edge? I'm trying to see if that's the page itself that has a white edge. Let's see. You see that? This is not multiple pages. This is just a singular page. And yet you can see that white on the top. It's not on the side, but it is on the top. And so that's something to consider. Look at, you can see it more apparently here as well. See that white, what I'm talking about? You don't want that. You want that to go color all the way to the edge of the page. You can see it clearly here. So, you know, that might be reason or concern for returning the book and getting another copy. But the colors are great. You know, yeah, that you don't want that white. And that is again something that you can partially control in the way that you set up the books. However, as you can notice, I didn't have that problem on this copy, so I shouldn't have the problem on this copy. So we'll set this aside over here. Okay, so that's Sometimes the Beach. That's a fun, colorful children's book about a family visiting the beach at different times and different weather conditions. That's one of my published books. This is WATER. This is another one of my published books under my old pen name. And this book is a paperback. It's one of the few paperbacks I've done on lulu.com. Also has an ISBN. All my books do because they're all for sale. It's another colorful book. Now, one of the things that I want to look at here is, are there white edges as well on these pages? Let's just go check and see. So I'm going to open this all the way up and look. I can't really examine all of that right now because I only have one hand handy. But as you can kind of see, that's the problem. Look, I'm only holding one page, okay? Do you see right here what I'm talking about? Look at that white on that edge. I might have to return this. That should be green all the way to the end. See that? And here's another. Look at that. Look at that white. That needs to be blue. On page 2, that needs to be blue all the way to the edge. Okay. So that is definitely a print issue that I have had a concern with lulu.com. So that goes to the side as well for return. Here's a second copy. I got 2 copies. Let's see if this is a good one. Let's open up this one page. Just one page and see if it goes white. Nope. Nope. Look at that white on those edges. See that? Should be green. It should be color all the way to the end. Okay. You can clearly see that white outline on the pages. So I do have copies where that did not happen. So it's not my setup. It's something that Lulu has a problem with. You know, that's the problem. But other than that, it's a very colorful book. But yeah, that shouldn't be. It needs to be color all the way to the end. All the way to the edge of the book. So here's my latest book, Dream Tales. Okay. This is a fun, colorful book about a fantasy story. Saving a princess. Here's the princess. I won't give too much away, but it is a 3D book. Let's see how they did in terms of the quality here. You can kind of tell if you look at this edge. Look how, see that color? You see that color all the way up and down? That's good. That means it got printed correctly all the way to the edges. And look at this copy. Do you see how there's no... Look at this. Let me show you clearly. Do you see how there's no white on those edges? Look at that. That's what you want. Okay? You just want nice, clean color from one side to the other. No white on those edges. Okay? Now, I set up all my books the same. Well, correctly. So it's not on my end. It's something Lulu needs to fix on their end. But you can clearly see this is a very good copy of the book. Okay? Very good copy. Alright. So, Dream Tales. Episode 1. Great book. Great copy. Okay. This is a fantasy story about saving a princess. So I'll put this on the left side as a good copy. And here's the second copy of Dream Tales, Episode 1. Let's check it out for its quality. And again, this is the way I check. Look, I just bend the pages like that. You can see all that color. That means that the ink went all the way to the end of the page. And again, as you can see, there's no white on those edges. That's what you want. Okay? That is what you want. No white on those edges. Okay? Good copy. Dream Tales Episode 1. If you like video games, if you like fantasy stories, definitely check this out. Dream Tales Episode 1 is a fun book. Okay? Songs from a Bard. This is another book that I published from lulu.com. This is paperback. I don't have high expectations of this, but we'll see. So far, it doesn't look too bad. Again, I'm just checking for those edges. That's been an issue I've had with lulu.com. Is trying to see if there's white on those edges. Doesn't seem to be much. That's good. Yeah. So this is Songs from a Bard, Volume 1. It's a fun book. These are all my published books. I've done just a couple, but I want to get at least 1 or 2 copies of each to see the quality. This is Pine Forest Theater, Riverbank Riddle. Let's see the quality. Again, for me, the only issue I've had with Lulu is those edges. That's what I've had an issue with, and it doesn't look too bad. If you bend those pages, you see how the color goes all the way to the end? That means you have a good quality print. See that? No white. No white. Okay, so these are some photos I have in the book telling a story. It's a fun story. Yeah. So that's what you want. Riverbank Riddle. Again, ISBN on the back. All my books are for sale. Pine Forest Friends, Pine Forest Theater. These are all the characters here on the page and all the different fun they have and adventures they go on. Here's a second copy. Let's do a brief check. Make sure that the color goes all the way to the edge. And again, that might just be me being picky, but you know, if you're gonna work hard on something, you want to make sure you get the best quality you can. So yeah, looks pretty good. So that's another published book that I have. And here is another one. This is Pine Forest Theater, Origins of the Fox and Bear Story. So let's go check this book out. Look at that. See the color all the way to the end. That's what you want. So let's keep looking. Now these books, some of them are available on Amazon.com in the paperback. Okay, so you want to check those out if hardback is not an option that you want to take. But I do have Sometimes the Beach and Dream Tales available in the paperback on Amazon.com. I have not had the issue of edge issues with the color on Amazon.com. I've only had that issue with Lulu with the hardbacks. I've never had that issue that I can remember with the paperbacks on Amazon.com. So take note of that. But yeah, let's go check this one. This is my final book, Pine Forest Friends. Okay. Again, color all the way to the edge. That's what I like. It's very nice. Very nice. A nice copy. Let's look at some of the photos. Let's look at those. See how that came out. Good. Good stuff. So thank you for joining me for this unboxing. As you can see, there are a couple issues with lulu.com in the fact that you know, the box is kind of flimsy. I was able to open that just with my thumb. Look at all the dents and stuff, you know. So that's going to be an issue in terms of, you know, how well your books are protected. And in terms of the book quality, as you can see, the books, most of them were okay. Most of them were good, with the color going all the way to the edge. I did have some problems with the water books. These are the Pine Forest Friends, Pine Forest Theater, that is. Okay, that was okay. Songs from a Bard, that worked out nice. Dream Tales look great. My issues came with the water book and with Sometimes the Beach, okay, in terms of the color going all the way to the edge. So I've talked about that already. If that's an issue for you, you can always contact lulu.com for a different copy of the book. However, if it's not an issue for you and you're comfortable, as long as you get the story, these are some great books, fun for the summer, good reading for kids, families of all ages. Definitely check them out. If you want a different option in terms of paperback, these are hardbacks. You can go to Amazon.com and pick up Sometimes the Beach in the paperback form. You can also pick up Dream Tales, Episode 1 in the paperback form. But that's all I have in this video. I hope you enjoyed it. So check me out on YouTube, and definitely check out these books on lulu.com, Amazon.com. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye.